where we left off, guys, horror had struck your group in the form of Limvala. She got mighty pissed off after seeing through your very well reasoned and almost perfectly executed deception, and decided to take it out on you all in the form of spells and swords and a death. Ribbit lay cold on the stone floor of the Amber Temple. Luckily, you guys were able to drive her off, and as she was surrounded with mist, disappearing away, she quipped, "See you at dinner." She then disappeared, and Teffel, with some dark and unknown powers, has managed to successfully initiate and complete a resurrection ritual and bring Ribbit back to life. You've all huddled up in this room full of an illusionary banquet on this table. And you decided to all long rest. That's where we left it. So, if anyone... Oh, also, Hunter and Chewie fell off a balcony.
No, we didn't.
That happened too. So, if anyone would like to do anything on this long rest, please say so now. If not, or if so, either way, I also would like to ask, is anyone taking any watches for your long rest?
Eat my bucks! I thought we were taking a short rest to begin with. We were just sitting down to do a short rest to catch up and everything and decide what to do.
That makes sense too. Yeah. Same question applies then. Is anyone doing anything on this short rest?
I would
that
like
thing
to
I said, yeah.
If I go first.
Did you want to pick my brain over stuff or Thog's brain? I can't remember.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I wanted to do a little bit of RP brain picking. So if anybody else has anything to do, my shit can wait. You guys go.
I'm just going to sit down and ritual cast Flock of Familiars, like towards the end, so it lasts from when we finish.
I want to study Hunter's Medallion.
Cool. For that, give me an Arcana check.
That is a total of 22.
Wow. Okay, yeah. I will say then, over the course of this short rest, you don't fully get to grips with it, but you get the essentials, the bare bones, how it works. Probably need another short stretch of time to get finer details on it, but you get the principles and how it works in general.
Lavender's just... Sorry, go on.
Go ahead. Was that you, Frankie?
Yeah, I'm just saying Lavender is just going to be kind of muttering to herself, and she seems to be like scribbling down pros and cons lists, bits of plans, sort of going, no, that won't look like this won't work. She's like kind of going over the
something
where we are right now, yeah, and just kind of like trying to write out plans on paper with the view to not have to speak them in future if possible. So that's what she's doing at the moment.
Okay, good to know.
With a eerily undead smile, I will pull a needle out and go towards Ribib.
Okay.
You still up for that little practice session?
Misa, yes!
I'm really excited. I like pull out my little sketchbook and start like flipping through. Well, choose anything you want. Like I said, I'm not very experienced, but well, how else to get experience than on my friends? And I look at Thog with a bit of a grimace.
Simba.
Okay. What are you trying to tattoo? And where?
That's entirely up to Ribib, unless he leaves it in my not-so-capable hands.
Misa face.
Okay, because we don't know yet, We'll come back to what it is you actually do. Are you wearing gloves?
I don't own any.
Cool. In that case, are you touching his skin while you tattoo this tattoo?
Unless he warns me not to, I do.
Okay. He would probably let you know, but obviously, if you don't touch his skin, tattooing it might be difficult. If you do touch his skin, you might be poisoned. Take your pick.
Do you need something?
I've never worked on skin quite so amphibious. But I'll give it a go. It'll be a good challenge.
In that case, again, we'll get back to what it is and where it is. Can you just give me a performance check, please?
Oh.
Can I use guidance because I know this is going on if I come in the room?
I mean, you can if you're not casting Flock of Familiars.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's a ritual, so you got to keep doing it.
Is it 10 minutes though, isn't it?
Oh, is it? I thought it was an hour. So in that case, yeah.
I'll check it.
In that case, yeah, go for it.
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
That is very good.
Was
Sorry.
that a D4 as well?
Yes, and a
Or
D4.
did it?
But also give me
Oh,
nice. Also give me a con save, because that might
Oh.
retroactively be a disadvantage if you get poisoned.
Oh, God. I'm kind of good at this, though. 17?
Oh, okay, that is fine.
Tough as nails.
You are indeed. Again, we don't know what it is or where it is, but despite the fact that it's very hard to tattoo this like very damp skin, you manage it pretty well. It's a reasonable depiction of whatever it is, wherever it is. It's looking a lot better than your previous attempts, has to be said. To the point where it might be a bit concerning showing everyone the skill that you've just produced, while not so skillful artwork may lie on others.
Oh, I'm made up with that. Thank you very much for being my guinea pig.
Misa frog. Okay, cool. Any more on your short rest?
Just halfway through her scribblings, Lavender holds up a piece of paper to Thog, and it says, can the ravens in Barovia be asked to work with us?
Yeah.
So we can send them on errands and things like that. Still.
I think you'll find the ravens in Barovia are, and Flock will have a little smile despite what's happened. Let's just say they, when you do a job for someone and they owe you a little bit of money. Let's just say I did a job for them, and on a very, very personal level, they owe me big time.
Okay, Lavender just kind of go, and go back to her scribbling.
Okay. Liam, you said you were picking someone's brain.
yeah. Does anybody else need to do anything? Because this might be a bit of a long RP bit if you need to do something.
Nope, I'm good.
Sick. Okay, cool. So Nissira was kind of like slumped against the wall and slid down. And in between looking at Thog and Eve, she'll go. You said that you travelled with her, Eve, right? And you as well, Thog. You travelled with them both, right?
Yes, I did.
I actually travelled with two of her devoted, although one didn't last that long.
Two. What do you mean two?
Well, Thog, Thog would have told you the story of various companions.
Oh
So you
yeah,
would
yeah,
have,
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
just a
So
two. One didn't last that long, unfortunately. But this is Barovia. If anything,
Okay.
she lasted longer than most.
It's a shame, really. She seemed like a lot nicer than Vala did. Vala is. Sorry, Big L, Big L, Big L.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. She was, how should I say? She was more naive, less prideful. Certain, as in the way that Zila is, but definitely less prideful and more naive. Easier to talk to, maybe.
Okay. So at least they're not all absolute psychopaths then.
Oh, whoa, I never said anything about that. Let's just back up a minute. There's
the look of horror goes back onto Nifsira's face.
Like she was, they're all, from the two I've met, they're both indoctrinated very young. It's hard to break that kind of faith. It's
Right.
just how they express it.
Okay. Well, when I'm trying to get my head around more of what's in this, and I'm kind of like flicking between the bits. And she goes, when either of you were traveling with either of them, did they talk about others in the order that they in the religion? Like, did they speak of other people's names? Because there's quite a long list of like ones that are dotted out
Sorry.
throughout the three segments of this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. And then Thog's gonna look at Eve, with a look and be like, I don't know about you, but they wouldn't stop banging. Wouldn't stop banging on about them. It's not that it was unpleasant. It was just kind of constant.
See, it was a different experience for me. The person who I travelled with, this person Ophelia, who had, was embodied, well, not embodied, was fused by the spirit of the bigger L. She was in disguise at the time. She didn't express this faith that you talk about. I'm not still really sure why. Maybe yeah.
I mean, you said yourself that you travelled with the boss. Very carefully with the boss. I just travelled with, medium little L and then later medium L, as it were. Yeah, kind of that's a tricky one.
Right. Okay. Well, did the another thing that I wanted to ask was Matt, when we were out of character, I'm going to say names. When we were fighting, did we see the mark on Vinvala's face, like flash and all that shit?
Flash, the mark, you saw the mark there of Lalalia, yes. But any details on it, probably not. Especially
No.
in this
I mean, when she was casting magic and stuff, when she was doing things, did we see it bright up in color, or did it not?
Yes, though it would be more of because it's combat and you're not specifically looking for it, and the serious passive perception is dog shit.
Okay.
You would have seen, flashes around her person maybe from that mark, but trying to in the middle of a fight, like if she's casting a spell, trying to see anything that small on her face,
Well,
at the same time.
She wasn't she stood right next to me when she cast Disintegrate? Didn't I have like Or was no? Was that not there?
Well, she would have been facing away from you as well.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. All right. Back in character. The did they all have the 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 thing on the face when you travelled with them?
No, they did not. Medium L definitely did, but the previous small L, she did not.
Anastasia didn't. She. So it's strange. She had her face wrapped in bandages, basically as a ruse to make out that she was blind. But she had these incredible eyes that would just flash really brightly when she was using her magic or her gifts or whatever they were. She didn't have any marks though, as far as I can remember. Just did she have a lot of scars, Liam, out of character? I can't remember.
The eyeballs were, yes.
Yeah.
The eyeballs, there were like lots of like scars and like digging marks around all the eyes.
Evil relay that as well. Like she was very heavily scarred around the eyes. I'm not sure what caused them, but nothing glowing like that. Nothing, not a mark or anything, as far as I can remember.
Okay. Right. So okay. Well, I think that because when she was here, she did she mention when she was speaking to us at either points whether there were lots of them here, or is it just her? Do we know?
So I can't speak for here, but I know there's plenty of her followers in Silvery Moon, so there's lots of them around. Like we came across an entire temple full of followers. They've been conquering various areas and putting, their kind of heads of various, is it houses that's called, Liam? Like the three kind
Yeah,
of like ways.
the three houses. Yeah, they're orders. Yeah.
Yeah, Lord, like leaders and the high ups in the order in those places. But for Barovia, I can't say myself. I've not been here for long enough.
Yeah, Thog's going to say, like, considering the not necessarily further, but considering the enthusiasm that the people have had after the removal of Strahd, the new boss, may have some quite fanatical converts of her own, because getting rid of the old boss, who was there for several hundred generations by the look of things, he wasn't so much he was part of the landscape as much as the mountains that we're in, more so than a figure, an individual at that point. So they may view her in much the same. They don't know any different. But at the same time, I've visited Big L's actual court when I was travelling with Medium L, and yeah, pretty good. See a Thog just sniff. It was very fancy, not my style at all. But all in all, there was a lot of people there, a lot of worship going on. If they're here, though, I doubt it. You only need one to rule the plane, as it were, and Medium L's far enough for that. The people here are well-meaning for the most part, but they don't know any other way of life except for under absolute rule. So for them, like the good father said in the church, for them, it's an improvement, but they just don't know what to make of her. They didn't know what to make of Strahd either. So, Thug's just going to shrug like, what can I say? I'm not deep into politics.
Nithsira just kind of like just lets go of the book and lets it drop on the floor, and she just kind of puts her elbows on her knees and her head against the wall. She just kind of looks at. She thinks for a moment and then just kind of looks back at you all and just goes, "I'm sorry. I want to help, but this is all way above my pay grade. I was not expecting any of what we just had to deal with. That was one person against 10 of us. And if there are several of that, or if there's more than one of them, and they all do that."
So
Yeah.
when she traveled with me, I believe it's because she saw power from what the two of the nine gods held. And it was what it was the eye of something, wasn't it? I can't remember. That she ended up having in her possession, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. She ended up with the eye, the ruby eye gem thing, and the Infinity Stone thing, as well as a Serarak's staff, is what she left with.
Oh,
It's the
God.
Eye of Zaltec.
Yeah, the Eye of Zaltec.
That's the one.
Yeah.
So I've got to admit, I don't understand these not being particularly very magical myself. I know a little bit, but nothing like the realms of the arcane that she did. But she had those in her possession, promising to study them and use them for, in such a way where the power could be controlled. And I guess because we travel with her and learn to trust her, we may naively trust her with them, not understanding who she was until the very end.
I will say, as you probably wouldn't say Infinity Stone shit in game to
Yeah.
describe it,
Yeah.
because that's very
Yeah,
meta.
yeah,
I will say Hunter and Ribbit, despite Hunter being on a different floor, the door's still open. The description they give to describe this item seems incredibly familiar to you both.
Give me a brief description of what it was like again.
It was it's in the important bits,
Is it the
right?
one
Isn't that-
Sophia had?
It's the item ones. No.
No.
You had the
The-
Ring of Winter.
No, but then I also got this.
It is the little orange gem that, when identified, was called Soul.
So,
Oh, yeah.
where is it, Matt? Sorry, is it the eye to me? Because I can read it to him.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, you know when you were all asking how we got our ship?
That was it.
We, me and Ribbit, we spent quite a while battling different people, searching around. I ended up finding 5 of these mystical, gems that, when we put them together, enabled us to cast the wish spell,
Oh god.
which we used to. That's how we got rid of Mephistopheles, and also got our amazing ship. But yeah, we're very, very familiar with these. We've all, me, Ribbit, have used a couple of them ourselves, and they were once ours. So yeah.
That is some
will-
serious magic, friend.
Also remind you of the last time you saw one.
Oh yeah, was that? That wasn't. Was that us, or was that the other group?
It's definitely you.
Okay.
Chosen.
There was if I'm thinking about the right thing, in the Lich lair, where in the last one with what was the dungeon called? The
The Tropal.
yeah, in the Tropal, it had the red stone, was it?
Orange.
Orange. Had the orange stone, and Yeah, that's the last time I saw it.
So we know Big L has that in her possession at the moment. Did she know about the others? I assume she must do.
There's when you attune to one, you're not informed of the other, existence of the other ones or where they are. But some of the people we spoke to and met, then they were aware of multiple stones. Not how many per se, but they were aware that there were multiple of these stones. So there's a good chance she knows.
Do you think that could be what she's searching for? To grant herself infinite power or complete devotion of the entire world?
Possibly. Oh, what? Oh. One
Who
of them. One of the stones does control, like the physics and like the reality of, um, everything really. So I guess that could be connected to the portals. They could be trying. Someone could already be utilizing the power of one of these gems, to do something like that because they are insanely powerful.
I assume that you also travelled around Chult for a time. So do you remember these cracks appearing in reality there as well? And see them on top of the ziggurats? And inside
Not really because we actually had our ship before then, so we flew over Chult and went to all the places rather than walk through the jungle. So we're only in the jungle for like a very short time. I can't
guys,
remember.
Swapped notes, by the way, of like which places you both went to in Chult. Like, in case you had kind of missed something or one of you picked up that the other left.
We must have just missed each other.
Because it's kind of strange. I mean, I know Chult's a big place, but these stones you're talking about, they kind of sound similar, no? You both had them?
Yeah.
What happened to the stones once they were used? Were they scattered everywhere?
Yeah. So the last time I've seen one, which was the orange one, that there was a red rift in the ceiling above, the Acropole when it was defeated, and the gem did just like fly up into the red rift. So that's where that one went. But yeah, before that, upon casting Wish, they did just scatter like Dragon Ball Z style, like we just scattered all over the place, and we didn't know where they went or how to track them or anything like that.
I think it perhaps all the more important we try and get a look at that library then, perhaps? It kind of seems like information about something like that might be in a place like this.
Yeah, if it helps, most of the time when we were looking for them and finding clues and etc., they were in places that weren't particularly powerful things. They were either hidden or being used by someone in a really non-malicious way, or like just being you run across one and think, oh, that's where that's getting its power from. It wasn't like you knew they were there, so they're very subtly located, but it could literally be in a library in a box or something. They're not like kept in super high tech, impenetrable fortresses.
They kind of embed themselves subtly into the world.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That was probably people hiding them because of power. But when we scattered them, the likelihood is they probably just ended up either where they started, which I doubt, or in completely random places on the plane. which is what I'm thinking it was. And then obviously someone's found the soul gem.
We need to know if Big L is seeking these.
Okay, so this all needs to stop. Like, this is all ridiculous. No one creature, and I apologize if this offends you fellows, but I don't mean it to, but no one person or being should have that amount of power at their disposal to use it to potentially change reality. I think that
It's okay, Nith.
so
It's alright.
that psychopath is, sorry, Thog, I know that you're friends with her. I don't mean to offend you.
You're not offending. You're telling the truth.
Medium L, something needs to be done about her, or we need to get her on side through you, Thog, and your sister kinship. But I don't think that she didn't exactly look like she was the forgiving kind. So I think that we should probably.
But she cares about you, Thog. We know that. She wouldn't touch you despite the fact that effectively, you know, you inverted commas betrayed her.
You
I
say
don't,
that.
I don't think she's lost yet.
I don't think she's lost, but it's going to be hard. When she thought she was helping, even when she thought she was helping, you saw that she still touched. She didn't touch me physically. She invaded my mind and forced me to attack you. Forced me to attack Tefel. Knowing that I would take, the one I would attack first would be the least armoured, knowing that I'm an efficient warrior. There's nothing, I'm not embarrassed about it, and I'm sorry, Tefel, but I'm not very embarrassed about my actions of it. It was out of
No,
my
it's
hand.
not your. It wasn't your fault.
But it's that the problem is she's willing to go to dominate my actions. If I can't convince her the next chance I get, I may have to take up arms against her.
I think in her mind, she's well. I can't speak for her, Thog. You obviously know her much better. But it felt almost like she was trying to command you to do what she thought was right.
Yes,
That she
definitely.
couldn't understand the logic of your actions. Like she's like, "What are you doing? This is the correct thing to do. You know this is the correct thing to do. Fight with me.
Yeah.
Beat these people."
Yeah.
And she's not understanding the logic or the reasons or the morality behind why you've done what you've done.
For her, for how much I know her, for what I can tell, and even I'm not certain. There's indeed, Tyr, you're correct. But and Thok like jingles her coin purse. No arms against her with an A. Haha, very funny. But there's literally like nothing in her coin purse anyway. So there's that, and also, Thok also, knowing her as much as I do,
Yes.
she best way to put this. She's not flexible. She won't bend and will not break. There's nothing short of. You see, see like a world. Like all the like Thog sits down. It's like all the scars, all the battle, all the time spent in Barovia have clearly just finally taken her to the logical conclusion of, God damn, I'm tired of this shit. And she's like, there's just no changing her. I will try one more time, but after that, I can't keep putting one friendship ahead of the world. It's just not fair to everybody.
I'm sorry, Thog. It's not a very nice decision to have to make. It's not exactly the same, but when I think about my friend and the fact that it wasn't really a friendship at all, like, maybe that makes it easier, I suppose, that because you still have that friendship.
It is what it is. If it's just, I thought I'd never lose anybody to Barovia again.
You're not losing the Barovian Thong. You're doing the right thing.
I
In
know.
different circumstances, it wouldn't have had to be like this.
I think.
You have to
And-
stop her to save her. You have to stop her to save the world we're in.
Yeah, I think maybe, just maybe, we do have there is a little bit of good news out of all of this, though.
Oh?
We still have Father Lucian. While he is very much a man of, like a man of God, not a man of action. He knows everyone and everything within reason, and he may be an excellent source of more information beyond what we already know again. And if not, he may even help us in the upcoming trouble. Even if he just supports rather than fights himself, he might be, he might be able to lend some aid.
Have you talked about him before? I'm sorry, I don't recall the name.
And we've met him. We've actually met, like, out of character, we've actually met him. He
Oh,
was,
okay, sorry.
we met him at the church when we first came to Barovia.
No, but they weren't with us, remember?
Oh god, they weren't. Shit.
No, he
Okay,
wasn't there.
right. Thog will give the quick breakdown of Father Lucian. There you go. For the sake of brevity. Of course, stressing the fact that he is the one that converted Thog to the right cause. How just amazingly forgiving he is, considering that he lived in Barovia his entire life. But yeah. After all that, Thog will say, "Look, this is kind of, he's a good man in a bad place, but we might be able to convince him to come and help us."
Any help is always good.
Definitely
Lavender
the
will
start
hold
place.
up sorry, go on.
That's all I want to say.
Lavender will hold up a piece of paper that just says, if we're going up against Linvala, we may need aid/army.
Army, you say? That just reminds Thog of something, and Lewis. Army, you say? What if I was also owed a favour from something? What if I was also owed another favour by someone in power in Barovia?
That would certainly help.
And like as you say this, like her eyes go wide and she looks around like, holy shit, I had legitimately forgotten. Oh my god. Not quite, Lady Watcher. There was one being that owed me a favour so big that you would think that, the Ravens didn't owe me a favour at all. But I'm not sure how helpful they could be. And it takes Thog like a minute of just trying to think back. And she goes, I can remember the name. The name of it's an A. Argy Bargy. It wasn't Argy Bargy. Argin. And then eventually she gets like Argin Vostolt. Perfect.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Argin Vostolt was
Oh my
Was
god.
a silver dragon, a force for good. They were killed. Their skull
dragon,
was
you say?
found. Yep, they were killed. The skull was found in the bottom of Carson Ravenloft. We returned the skull, and then the ghost of the dragon returned forming an area of benevolence in Barovia. And you wouldn't guess, but they owe, and like Thog's like starts to stand up again, like, hang on a minute, there's some hope. You never guess. They owe me an enormous favour.
Oh wow.
It is at this point, however, that the DM sparks a little inkling in the back of Thog's mind, reminding Thog that Argynvost left with Rakeen and Thrall as you all left Barovia. And is
Matt, I was getting
technically
to
no
that.
longer present.
Matt, I was getting to that. Come on.
Sorry, I thought you'd forgotten.
No, sorry. Anyway, Thog will then go on to then start looking sad again, as I was building up to build
I'm
everyone's
sorry.
hope up.
I thought you'd genuinely forgotten.
The one time I ever put any effort in to try and trick everybody, and it works. I trick the gods themselves. And then Thog will sit back down heavily again and go, nope, never mind.
But
You feel
wait.
an apologetic light of the Morning Lord shining over you in this dim place, Thog.
Oh.
Who were the people we met, Matt, when we were warned about the power we had? You know, the beings that materialized.
Who's it you met?
Yeah, yeah.
So there were multiple beings that turned up. The only one that spoke to you face to face and gave a name was a woman by the name of Mistra.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Are you communicating that to everybody else?
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah.
Because it might be relevant.
Hunter brings up that when they were using these stones that he talks about, again, that none of you have ever heard of before this conversation, besides the one in Chult. Yeah, Hunter talks about how, as like a warning of don't push your luck, a lady turned up calling themselves Mistra among a lot of other gods who basically stood on the prime material face to face with Hunter and their group and talked with them.
Yeah.
Would Lavender know who that is?
Lavender would definitely know who that is.
Yeah,
Mistra
when-
is the god of magic.
When you
Anyone
when you
who has any arcane
Oh.
inkling would know that.
Thog
you'd
would know
also,
as well, yeah.
you
Thog
would
would
all,
know, yeah.
Yeah, you would. For Thog would definitely know. You'd
Yeah.
all also know that that is absolutely impossible.
I don't
Because
know which
the
part of
divine
it
gate exists.
you are
So,
having me
yeah.
on with, but it's part of it, because no way.
Things are happening. So I met a god that couldn't have possibly have been a god because they couldn't have come there.
Oh no, I'm not talking about you there, Hunter. I'm talking about everybody else here.
Yeah.
Is well aware, and it has been mentioned, either in detail or passing, that the divine gate exists, which means gods cannot step foot on the prime material. You have
Oh.
never heard of that, Hunter.
Oh. I did think that was new information before, but I was like, oh, maybe I just didn't know. Oh, so it both does exist and doesn't exist at the same time.
Nithsira kind of snapping her head when as soon as you mentioned the name Mistra, and then all the gods and everything went, no, it does exist. That's why it's weird that the Lavia is on.
Big Al.
It's weird
Big Al.
that Big Al is on this side of it, because this is why I was asking if she actually, if she, when I first asked to even thought that, is she a god? Because she can't be here. It's not possible because gods can't be on this side of the gate. The barrier is there to stop that from happening, because if they all just started appearing on the prime material, the prime material would rip and destroy and disintegrate and just die.
I wonder
Unless
if
it
that's
wasn't the Mistra.
Hang on. These rifts in space. I'm kind of wondering if that's what's happening. If it's true that Hunter, you encountered this Mistra, and the fact that Big L, whether she's holy or not, I don't know, but if she is a god, there's clearly beings on this side of that door that shouldn't be here, and maybe that's what we're seeing at the moment. These rifts in space and time. It's literally tearing itself apart.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, because I've never heard of it before, so maybe this gate is not like a like a what you would think of with a gate, even how fancy it might be. Maybe it's just a thing that prevents them from coming here. So that might be breaking down or being removed somehow by potentially the stones. They could be trying to take down that gate. But essentially the gate is everywhere. It might just not be something like they physically walk through. It might just be like a I don't know, like a mycelium network for the whole plane. Maybe they're trying to take that down with stones they've got because they're insanely powerful. That might be what's happening.
If the divine gate itself is being broken, this is much bigger than all of us, friends. That would be devastating. It would destroy everything.
Everything, yeah.
Well, when I said it earlier on, I now doubly mean it. But this is way above my pay grade, folks. I stop demons from entering ruins in a forest for my job. Why am I here?
You don't have to stay.
You do.
You'd be well within your rights if you want to leave now.
This is insane.
But
There's nowhere to
perhaps
leave.
there is a reason why you're here. You just don't know it yet.
You're a very skilled warrior. Perhaps there's a calling for you here that we just don't understand.
Right. Okay. So, hold on one second. Let's just put a pin in the existential crisis, and I'm just going to bring it back for a minute. We can go back to that, and we can explore that in a second. I'm going to walk off and have a cry. First of all, we need to do something about Medium L, because, as Thog was saying, Medium L has two things that she values above all else, which is her pride and her god, or not god, or whatever she is. And not only did we stomp the first one of her god on the curb with the mess up, but then we also hurt her pride by kind of beating her in combat. So my guess is that, and again, I guess, Thog, that she's not the forgiving kind.
Nope.
That we are going to get hunted down by either herself, if she would like to make a big song and dance of coming back for us, or by her lackeys. And I don't know how many of them they are, but if they're all as powerful as she is, then I really don't want to find out. So I think that we should rest up here, because we've been hamstringed with Eve not feeling very well. Ribbit was under the same effect, and also Mordekainen is needing a rest as well. He said that. So I think that if we top up our power levels to maximum with that, we decide here, make a plan about if we're going to see Father Lucius to see if we can get more people or whatever. But I think that we need, because she said about the dinner invitation the first time we met her, and before she disappeared away, she melted into the floor. She looked at me and said, "See you at dinner." So I think that we need to let her know that we. I think that we should go, but I think that we should let her know that we're on the way because it's obviously a trap and it's obviously
yeah.
going to be horrible and terrible. But
And she, yeah,
We
from the
have to
sounds of things,
prepare.
we either die here or we die to insanely powerful magical stones that I can't even fathom to begin with, and the prime material breaking. So I
the
think
worst
that
part.
I think that that's kind of where we are.
Worst part is when we were trying it on with the image of Big L. He said, you know, she was surprised and she asked about what the work was happening at the castle. And when we did see Father Lucian and said hello, and he said, "Oh, medium elves at the castle a lot, but we don't really see her very much at all. Nobody sees her very much." Just makes me so worried what the hell she is doing in that castle, because she was very fond of writing her goddess's symbol in her own blood all over the place as some sort of magical protection I didn't understand and still don't understand. And I thought, hey, you know, it's messy, but everyone's allowed to worship in their own way. She's not causing a bother to anybody. You know, that's fine. I'm really hoping she hasn't found, how should I say this, unwilling or unwitting volunteers to
Oh God.
donate.
Do you think she's found a way of controlling the previous person? Well, not being that, influenced this place.
I don't know, but I am so frightened. Not in a
I thought you
not in
destroyed
a.
it.
We did our best, but we just don't know. I saw that some bitch Strahd, completely dissolve, as it were, and dust went bye bye. All radiant damage from the Sun Sword, good stuff. Everyone did their bit, and we really put the mother of all smackdowns. But he died smiling. And whether that's a smile of someone who's finally been let off, or the smile of somebody who knows they're coming back regardless of what they do, I just don't know. And looking at Lavender, number one, good idea, but again, there isn't a trap, just seemingly not a trap she can't get out of. Number three, very difficult but possible, really, really hard, but possibly to knock out. Trap, don't know. Number two is a good idea. Ravens for recon is a trick we've done before, and even if she is or is not expecting it, there are plenty of ravens in Barovia that have absolutely nothing to do with the Martikov family. They're just birds. It's kind of so, and whatever you do, don't go, "What up, my raven?" That's their word.
Hey, I speak Raven. They
That's not. Hey,
appreciate
hey,
it.
hey, hey. I didn't say speak raven. I just maybe you don't call them raven. That's their word, not ours.
Oh, Eve winks. I got you.
Yeah, exactly. Try not to. It could be somewhat of a sensitive topic. And they don't exactly advertise it either.
While I'm thinking about it, if you do happen to run across one of these stones, do not touch it. But if you want to take it, find a way to take it without touching it, because touching it will very much be very hurtful. Just so you're aware.
Do you mean like use a handkerchief?
Yes, literally would work.
Okay.
But yeah, Mage Hand is your best friend.
So if perhaps completely, what would happen if someone did touch it? Would it just hurt?
Yes, it would. It would eventually be the most hurt you could possibly be if you kept holding it.
Distracting, you would say.
To start with, and then I just kind of like make a sheepish look to what just happened to Ribbit.
Yeah. So, what you're trying to tell, like, this is like Thog, of course, is the master of lateral thinking. So what you're trying to tell me is not only can they cast, if you collect all these so-called mana rocks, they can cast a big spell. All right, fair enough. And she kind of points her thumb at Mordecai, and you're like, we've got a mage for that. But
I'll just interrupt there. I'll just say sorry. Not it's any spell, and carry on.
yeah, exactly.
And
A
wish.
big spell, a little spell, something, whatever. It's a spell.
Reality bending.
Yeah.
I can bend. I can bend some reality. Give me some reality. I'll bend it. And she kind of like bends a leaflet. See, it's not that hard. But what you're trying to tell me is, if I was to somehow come across one of these distracting and somewhat lethal stones and tuck it inside Medium L's armor in a moment of grappling, she would be too distracted to cast spells. My God, I'm good.
You mean like a deadly itching powder?
Please
Yes.
never do that. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's like any magical item, if you don't know how it works, then it's gonna hurt. But
You just told me how it works. If you touch it, it itches. So if I shove it in her armor, it would take her 10 minutes to get it off. She won't be able to do anything else.
That's fair enough. But also, if it is relevant, when we did defeat Mephistopheles, we did use it to not only erase him from existence, but all of his followers, like all of his minions, his soldiers in general, and all those people. So that did create like a void in hell. So that could have unbalanced shit. Don't know if that's relevant.
And
Also worth
what happens-
noting that Wisa first see the red lightning scar where that happened.
Yes.
Also, each stone give Yusa strong power. So if Vesa good enough, Vesa could maybe use the power while in the armor, and that'll scare me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that sounds terrifying. What happened to these stones, by the way? You want to recap that one more time?
Yeah.
Where did they go?
Like the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, they flew off into unknown places. Like we have
What
no
do you
idea.
mean I've heard that often happens with the balls of dragons. Usually after an encounter with a bard.
We used it. We destroyed the vessel that we were using to control it, and then they levitated, flew up into the sky, and then literally just shot off in like all sorts of directions. And we had no idea where they went or where they are now. So, but I get the strong feeling that this L does actually know / have or is using some of them or one of them. If it was all of them, I don't think we'd be here. So that's a good thing. But yeah, I'd want to say there are weaknesses if you're using them, but there's not really. They just make you better. Like I had one where I didn't pay for anything for like a fucking year because I just kept telling people that it's free, and they were like, "Oh right, okay." So they are quite powerful.
Vesa also combine with each other to become even more powerful. Misa remembering this Mind Stone with that Purple Stone make you have genuine mind control.
Yeah.
So also that if Vesa have more than one, Vesa could have super duper power.
If I remember rightly, they're the only two that, when combined, do something. I can't remember the other. I don't think
Misa no think that Wisa have as much time to play around with these other ones, since Wisa kind of jammied our way to these first ones.
Yeah.
And got them much earlier than we should have done.
If you do see
Than
one
Wisa should have done.
with someone using it, just do your best to
just make sure you're at least 50 feet away.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Bare minimum.
Yeah, you do not want to be in 50 feet.
sorry. Lavender
Yeah.
just writes down on a piece of paper. Can we erase Big L with the reality one alone, or do we need a wish spell?
On their own, they are extremely powerful. They are not that powerful, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. So they all do amazing things, but together is the only way that it would be useful. They'd be useful. Don't get me wrong, but if you were looking for like a silver bullet, as it were, it would be all of them.
I have a question. If, Big Al is indeed a god as she claims, why would she need these things in the first place? Surely she'd have the power by herself.
Maybe these stones like were created on this side of the gate, so in using them on the other side or to
I
affect the gate with her, maybe that's enough to break the gate. Maybe it's given her the boost she needs. Because if she is a god and she has these, then that's only going to make her like even more OP. If she can, because she probably uses them completely different to the way we did, so she probably has some way of amplifying them or using them differently than we did. So I guess that's what's happened. She's found all of them, if not some of them, if not one of them, and is using it to break down the gate.
Dayek, you're good with items. Is there any way we could potentially, that you know of, track these things down or get a sense of what they do or where they might be? Have you heard of anything that might be useful?
And Derek would not know of any of these things, I don't think, would he?
No, as I've said, any of you who aren't Hunter and Ribbit,
No.
you've never heard of these things before. Nothing even remotely like them.
Oh, sorry. Important piece of detail that I left out was that when they scattered, we weren't in this place. We were in our place.
Oh yes, this is
reality.
true.
Yeah, in our reality, we weren't here. So
Do you
whether-
think these
yeah.
stones that exist in multiple realities? Because we saw that, the orange one, the soul stone, when we were, in the temple of the nine gods, two of the nine gods rather.
Maybe that's what's happened then when they spread. They somehow went through these voids, or created the voids and came through to here, and now it's maybe we have to return. Oh, maybe it's just a simple case of having to return.
I will remind you, Jack, again, after the scattering, you did see Soul again because the Sarawak had it.
Yeah.
That's all.
But you said something went through the void, or like the ribbon, in the very heart of the tomb, right, where Sarawak's lair was. One of the stones went through there.
Yeah, the the mind, was it? Yeah.
I've got a question.
Ooh.
You said that. So these things exist in multiple realities, and you
Right.
said that the lightning scars are portals to different realities, and that if you get 5 stones together, it's the single most powerful thing that we could possibly ever think of that could probably kill Owl, right?
Yeah. Who's that? But yeah.
Ao, the
Oh.
god of gods.
So,
No.
just to
But,
catch you up, Hunter, you know Ao as the god of gods, not been seen in or heard of in like 1,000 years. Some people think that he destroyed himself trying to save mortals from the gods. That's it.
Oh, okay. Well, weird theory. These stones might be him. If he did get destroyed, maybe he wasn't destroyed, but was more scattered.
Okay.
So,
But
but
my question is that when you get all 5 of them together, they're
Mhm.
the most powerful thing ever, right?
to my knowledge, yes.
And if they're aware that they exist in multiple realities, what happens if you get 2 sets together, or 3 sets together, or 10 sets together, and then do something with it?
I mean, I don't know because I've only held infinite power, not 5 infinites. But on its own, while it's insanely powerful, it's probably not enough to just like one shot a god. Like I wouldn't have thought so, but especially not the god of gods. Like I don't think it would go that far. But if you had multiple sets, then I'm assuming the power increase would be like exponential. I don't think it would be doubled. I think it would just form some mega shit. But again, we've never seen more than 5 in one place. Yeah. But if there is, because they might not be meant to be on the same like place. If there are multiple ones of them out there, in different realities, and they all were on the same reality or multiple ones, maybe it's causing an issue with that reality. Maybe reality can't handle that power because it draws from the reality itself.
So you're suggesting it's not the gods trying to step into this reality or interfere with this reality? You think it's the stones themselves being overused or taken or disrupted and crossing between planes?
Yeah, it could be a byproduct or side effect of trying to use multiples of the same stones.
God.
Possibly, but again, I've not a clue. That's just an idea I had. Yeah, I mean, if she has all 5, not gonna lie, being really pessimistic, she has all 5 and she can wield them like properly. We have no chance. But if they're using a few of them or 1 or 2, then it's doable because we I think every member of our group had one at one point, and we were far from invincible. We were just very good.
I think that she is missing something.
Lavender is flicking through her notes and things from what she picked up from these lightning bolts appearing. And she's sort of like gravely looking through them and says,
I think that she is without the knowledge of how, not what. I think she perhaps has her hands on something, but I think that she needs this, the knowledge here, in the library or somewhere. Perhaps not this, but I think it would be foolish to leave it unattended. That's all I'm saying. Now that the little L knows.
Do you think it's? I mean, how long was? She wasn't here that long, was she? She was disrupted pretty much instantly by us, right?
Right, but the reports, they continuously say things like they were looking for books, they were looking at the House of Knowledge, things like that. I think that this is yet another conquest or a step closer for her.
Is it?
We are running out of time already.
Is it worth quickly having a word with the person who guards the library here and
I would like
seeing
to
if that
speak to him
information
regardless.
exists?
Before we leave, for sure, I would like to know what she was saying to him.
Yeah. That might help us understand if this is indeed the path, that she's decided to take and what she's after.
I could be quite subtle in asking him, if the questions you were asking were about, what we were just talking about, the stones and things, because that would give us if he has no idea what I'm talking about, then
We need to be very careful when we consider who we tell about this type of power. I think
True.
it goes as far to suggest that we all need to agree to keep this strictly between ourselves. I'm sure that we all have things that we have lost and realities we would like to perhaps make happen, and I dread to think what that would happen in terms of that falling into the wrong hands.
No, I agree,
We need to
definitely.
be serious about how we approach this with others and allies. It needs to have a cover of some kind. We cannot let this leave the Temple of Secrets. It will have to be our secret.
We become the temple.
I'm just saying the gravity of this cannot be understated. This is not just magic itself. This is reality itself. This is everyone, all, perhaps multiple realities and universes. It cannot leave this place.
No, I agree with that. We have to get the information from that lich. We have to know what she was talking about to know if she has any inkling of what to do or how these things work or what it means to assemble them.
Right, and we need to find out if there's anything of use in that library as soon as possible.
And if there is, take it with us and destroy it.
Right.
I'm gonna.
Lisa, just having one last question about these stones that Yusa see. When Yusa see the stone, Yusa was in tomb, yes, in scary tomb with Lich Man.
Yes, we were.
Did Yusa see any of the lightning bolts in this tomb?
Yes, lots. There's a large one there.
Because Misa thinking that when Misa and Hunter kill big baby monster and Lisa baby monster drop orange stone, Isa fall into lightning bolt. And so Misa wonder whether Isa fall into lightning bolt and then fall out of your lightning bolt. And then Yusa Lichman takes it. So maybe Isa same stone, maybe Isa not. Maybe Isa make the hole.
Matt, when we received the soul stone, is that what happened? Did it fall
So
out?
you originally saw it as you encountered the Atropal. It was in the Atropal's head. You killed the Atropal. You fought
No, we didn't
Sarah.
kill the Atropal.
Let him finish.
You did. Well,
Absorbed the Atropal.
kill and absorb the Atropal's soul. And then you fought Sararak. Sararak tried to get that stone back, and you killed him. Lilalia now has control of that stone.
So nothing fell through, or we didn't see anything fall through on our side.
You didn't. It was already in the Atropal's forehead, but you don't know the history of it before it was in that Atropal's forehead. So
I'll relay that.
She should definitely have one then.
Because I'm just thinking, like, is there any way that we can tell when we saw the Soul Stone compared to when they saw the Soul Stone, assuming that the timelines are consistent between universes? Not a sentence I thought I'd have to say today.
Wait, I think that didn't Sophia see somebody through a portal at one point and we all didn't believe you? Didn't that happen?
Honestly,
Something like that happened, Matt, wasn't it? Surely I'm not making that up.
she saw visions of Hunter and Rivet before they arrived. Yes.
Yeah. But was
Lavender
that
did, not Sophia.
Oh, Lavender.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, cool. My bad.
I will not. I won't say. There'll be really no way of telling how your two timelines line up. However, because I'm nice and because Kate's the only one that can really relay this to the group because of canonicity and stuff. There did seem to be a point where throughout the death curse. Hunter and Ribbit, yours was pretty much consistent the whole time.
I
Well-
started midway, yeah.
Yeah, about halfway through your adventure, Eve, your curse suddenly got worse, started affecting everybody, and Acerak started to become a bit more vocal, talking to you a lot, projecting himself, turning up. So that's the only other difference / comparison you could probably make between the two series of events.
It's clearly both of us couldn't have killed him. So
No, I'm trying to say clearly something changed halfway through the course of those events.
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
Okay.
Misa
okay.
was affected by the curse all the way until Wisa killed the thing. So if Yusa get bad curse after, well, potentially after Wisa kill, then Misa thinking Misa might be right. Misa's so smart.
Oh, I see. So like we felt. You think we felt the after effects of what you did in a different reality?
No, I think
Well,
it's
Misa thinking the stone, it
Yeah.
fell into Yusa reality, and then Yusa Lich take Misa stone, and then he give Yusa the
I
same
see.
curse that our Lich give Wisa.
I see. Yeah, that makes more sense.
The curses were going on at the same time, and then when we killed ours, yours got worse, right? So maybe it wasn't like a thing affecting one reality. Maybe it was a larger plan to affect all realities, like draining the life force from everywhere to fuel one big thing, possibly, i.e., taking the gate down. I don't know.
To be honest, I still think the Liches were acting independently. I think it's just two versions of the same Lich that are just both the baddest dude, and then that Lich gets our stone and becomes even worse. Misa think.
Fresno C serves Big L now. She got to him before I could.
A big raw. Oh.
Big Ra, yeah. Obviously, first he was sort of collaborating with the Sarawak, wasn't he? Until he realized he'd been betrayed.
Wait, did you call him Big Ra? Are you like buddies or something in your reality?
Where's the sea? He looks like a mummy. He's like a mummified snake. He's my mortal enemy.
Oh, shit.
Was he the one that gave us stuff?
Oh.
Indeed.
Oh.
Oh no.
Wisa, very friends. What?
Wait.
Right. Okay. Hang on. I need to say something then. Fuck, Kate. When you were saying about magic items that Lelalia left with, when she was explaining those items, I forgot about the fucking crown that she had, which is what Rasmussen wanted to find. So when Eve said that, guys, you would have. If yours also wanted that void crown thing, the Lelia took it and just ran away with it. Like she has that in her possession as well.
Yeah. I forgot about that stupid crown. Yeah, there's that as well. So the staff, the crown, the soul stone, and this freaking Eye of Zoltek.
And the Eye of Zoltek, yeah.
So no small bounty. Like it's kind of stupid we let it get away with it.
Did we try and put the crown on?
I did put the crown on, didn't I?
Okay, I thought so.
No.
Just check it.
I don't think we did way too sad.
It's so long ago.
He also sat in a throne made of flesh, so
yeah.
What did this crown do? We obviously we saw it, but none of us particularly wanted to put it on our heads. I don't think.
The only person who did was the lady out of character. The only thing that did that was the Lelia, but she did it when she was alone, away from you all, and never told you that she did.
I will say, Jack, you did not put the crown on. You very heavily contemplated it. But where you thought that looks really bad. Let's not.
Okay.
Not only that, when she locked eyes with it and found it, Eve, she was very intent. She said that there was something that she was searching for in Chult, which in the jungles, which is why she was there. And then when she found this, you remember her being like, "I
Super
found
happy
it.
about it.
Yes, they took it from me once, but they won't take it from me again."
Oh god. I'm kind of wondering if the library has anything on this thing as well.
And not only that, but if you remember, the Raznasi also thought that it would release Dendar the Night Serpent from his prison. And
Oh,
Lilavia, your memory of Lilavia finding it was, they took it from me once and they won't take it from me again. And then she kept very close to it until she left, when she took it with her.
This is a
people
big
just say
lot
that.
of whoa. I just think we're outmanned and outgunned here. I think we need to consider the bigger implications to this. This is not something we can.
We can't let them get here. We can't let them take what's here.
Right, we can't leave this unattended.
We have to search this place to see if there's anything pertaining to any of this before we really go anywhere, I think.
I know it'll take time, Lavender. I know there's not much time, but I agree. We need to make sure that any traces of anything helpful here to them are either gone or hidden or destroyed.
I think let's collect our heads. If anyone has any other ideas or information that's being come to mind, then by all means we can each take watches or discuss more if we need to. But yeah, I think we need to rest here and maybe explore and figure something out. I don't sleep, so I'm more than happy to go and take a look at this place. I want to go and talk to the Lich anyway. But yeah, I think we need to maybe think about how to keep this place protected before we do anything else in the bigger scheme of things.
Well, it's a harder winter, right, up here? If we clear this place out and get what we need, we'd always induce an avalanche. Cover the entrance. Bury it. It's not the same as destroying it. Like, the Lich would be, here, but finding it again might be difficult. And accessing it would be even harder. She's magical, so that's something to consider, but, over to thoughts.
At this point, the myth just kind of gets up. I just need a breath, and just walks away for a minute.
I was wondering,
Don't go too far, okay?
what if we just ask the Lich friend if he could set some, or they could set some kind of a spell to protect this place from uninvited guests?
Can you do that?
I don't know, but they do seem very powerful, and I don't think that's outside of their reach, potentially.
But why would the Lich have cause to favour us over, them?
Maybe we are more desperate.
Yeah, but I suppose for the benefit of the Lich itself, I guess, even if he's a nice guy, he's not going to go against the current threat to the land.
No. Current threat to his archive.
If anything, we're more of a threat to his archive, aren't we? Because we're,
They're
trying to
gonna
figure out how
burn
to
it?
destroy
no.
entries.
Not destroy it.
I don't think there's anything else we can tell you about them. Other than you can't just have the 5 stones on you to use them. You need a conduit to merge the powers. So
How'd you
just
get
have. Sorry.
How did you get this conduit?
Yeah, I was just about to ask the same thing, actually. Where did we find the gauntlet?
Didn't we? Oh, was that the fudging of the find familiar for the wall?
Yep.
I don't think
Yes!
that's. Was it?
So-
Oh yeah, because it was
Yeah.
underwater. It's
It was,
underwater.
it was in a flooded tomb created by Mephistopheles in his first attempt to do what he was trying to do. So he made it in hell.
Okay,
Also,
yeah.
didn't you said that when you out of character, you said that when you held the stone, it was hella painful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't the lady just holding it, Matt? Because I cast identify on it, didn't I?
Yeah, several of the two of Annihilation lot held the soul stone. It wasn't painful. It was just a little stone.
Who held
Well,
it?
Interesting.
the Soul Stone actually did act differently than the other ones because the
Yeah.
rest of them we found and had to attune to, whereas that one, Boz had to sacrifice himself in order to get the Soul Stone, and then the Raven Queen was an absolute don and brought him back. So maybe it was like uncharged.
Or maybe that was the requirement for being able to use it without hurting yourself. But the rest of them we picked up and we just instantly started like taking damage and stuff. It was pretty, yeah. But
Maybe we still need to put a soul in it.
I will
Although I can't
clarify
imagine
your
she wouldn't
memory
have done.
again. The only one that hurt to touch was the purple one. The rest of them hurt when
Really?
you tried to use them unattuned.
Ah.
that
Oh, yeah, okay. I had the purple one, so that'll be why. That's my memory of it. I nearly killed everyone.
I will say, feel free to keep on discussing if you wish. But I'll say at this point, you guys have definitely discussed for long enough. You've had your short rest. So if you want to roll hit points, recover spell slots if you're able to do that on a short rest, etc. Congratulations, you have that. Roll hit points, roll your hit die. For Eve and Ribbit, your strength drain has gone away. This has returned to normal. However, it's at this point I would like to say that Hunter, Ribbit, and not Hunter, Ribbit, Daek, and Eve, I would like you all to take 1 point of exhaustion as the cold is starting to get to you.
That's fair enough.
Because it is -20 in here, and you've been here for a while without proper clothing. Ribbit,
Has anyone got a coat?
Ribbit, you are also really struggling because while you can bathe in your icy cold water, it is -20 water once it's get out and starts getting cold. So you're basically stuck in the situation of you kind of need to bathe yourself in some more water or you'll suffer some exhaustion. But if you bathe in some icy cold water, you might suffer from some exhaustion. So you're still in it 1 level now, but you are hurting more than everybody else.
Can anyone boil me a pot of water? Who wants frogs legs?
Can't we just light a fire?
probably.
Relight
On
my
that,
fire.
on that note, while you all roll your hit points and are thinking about what you want to do, we're going to have a little 5-minute break or something just to pee and for popular demand. So
Right.
take this moment to get a drink, have a pee. We'll start again 11 or 12 minutes past. If you want to just continue staying and having a chat about what you're personally thinking, then go ahead. But be right back.
I'm gonna grab a cup of cuppa, I think. But be right back. Right.
Yeah, we're
See you.
fucked. We're so screwed.
We have to go.
Why are we screwed?
We have to go and try and remove her from.
Well,
Should I send Vigil a message going, we're fucked, or should I actually tell him what's going on in 25
What were we
words?
saying about just Tarasking it again?
Yeah, that's becoming the popular opinion.
Tarrasque plane shift.
Contact.
Tarrasque plane shift.
I have no idea what you're
Yes.
saying, they're yelling. What?
imagine you plane shift Terrace into a brown plane by accident. Oh shit.
That would be awful. But yeah, so speak to the Lich and then go for dinner.
Sounds like a plan.
It does, doesn't it? And then
Sounds
I'm
like
just
a
trying to
plan.
find out what she was talking to the Lich about.
Yeah, I think go
Yeah.
speak to the Lich and then long rest so that these people can remove their exhaustion and stuff with like
Fair
we can
point.
light fires and stuff, and then we hightail it there tomorrow.
I can do create bonfire.
That's fucking amazing. Yes, so yeah, so we should long rest here, investigate what we can, talk to the Lich, and then maybe send her a message and be like, "All right, we'll accept your dinner invitation. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out," and then just go over there. Like we know it's going to be a trap, whether they go in knowing we're going to be there or not. But if they know that we're going to turn up at the castle, then Linvala might not come here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then she might. But then again, she wants us there, and we've pissed her off, and she definitely, probably wants to murder us for pissing her off.
We could RSPV with ravens.
Yeah, with ravens or with sending a message or whatever. If anybody has that,
How
we could do it raven style.
much?
I have sending
is fine.
stones, but only to Vigil.
Fair play.
I'm just wondering how large is 1 cubic feet?
I'm gonna go grab a drink. BRB.
How big is what?
1 cubic feet.
It's a cube that's a foot on each side.
So foot up, foot wide, foot
Very,
deep.
very funny.
So, do we think we actually spoke to that god of magic or not?
I can't say that I remember any conversations with the gods. However, they usually were more like Cowl's thing because he was a celestial. So I feel like I took a bit of a backseat in those conversations.
It was just after we used it and they all turned up and warned us about using it again.
Well, is it? Oh, as in at the MM used all 5?
Yeah, just after we murked Meth. Remember, they all turned up and were like, "You've got something powerful. You know, we're watching you. We're keeping an eye on you."
Oh yeah.
And then to not piss them off, we wasted it on a flying ship.
Yeah, wasted.
Cut like 8 months out of chult.
Best decision we've ever made.
Really.
I do think there is something to the idea that the stone has moved between dimensions. I do find it unlikely that there's a copy for each reality. I also think it's possible that this god barrier, or whatever it's called, basically just didn't affect our reality. Because again, I'm not sure. Like, are they the same gods? Do they know this? Can they visit the realities individually? Like, or can they like observe the realities individually? Or is there one for each version?
People here knew who Myth was. Like,
Yeah, but it might. But they also had the Lich, right? Like, it's it's a parallel sort of reality, but it's clearly not the same because we fought individual liches and seemingly a stone transferred from here to there. So I'm wondering if it's this reality that's protected, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe something's sealed in.
Maybe we have to return the stone to the reality it came. Maybe it's the fact that it's out of its own reality that's making reality.
I did wonder that, but the lightning bolts appeared before the soul stone fell through a lightning bolt, which makes me think that the lightning bolts were either caused by us. It was either Boz's grand wish to eradicate Mephistopheles, or no, in fact, no. I think that is what caused it. To be honest, I think that's what caused it.
Do you not think it could have been like not the wish, but the fact that right after the wish, the gods came to our reality? Maybe they could do it, but it would fuck reality up. So maybe they like half did it and opened up a tear in the gate or something, and then everything started to go to shit once they came and told us.
To clarify, there is no gate in your world. You've never heard of it. It does not exist.
Uh-huh.
I was right. God, I love when I'm right.
So, interesting.
Misa back.
I think
He's
it will be
back.
quite a lot of cubic feet of water I need to warm up if I need to.
Right.
Also, are we aware of this red lightning bolt at the bottom of
Yeah.
this? Okay, cool. Just checking, because I only just
yeah, Hunter
spotted that
made
and
that.
proved myself.
My bad.
Cool. No, it's fine as long as we know it's there, because I just cracked myself.
Who'd have thought my fucking acclimatized to cold conditions would actually be useful?
I can't believe it's finally come in handy. I can't
5
believe
years
it.
later. Oh, yeah. I think the plan is, once everyone's back, is to lich and then have a lovely bite to eat with Big L. Or Medium L.
There you
whatever.
go.
Long rest first. Long rest first.
And then long rest
We-
before
Nah.
we go.
Who needs spell slots?
We need to find something for the others to wear. Or
Tefl can create a bonfire.
yeah, is
Well-
that going to warm them up?
Yeah, it's a bonfire. That you
For-
create a magical bonfire as like
Yeah,
a
but
source
then
of warmth.
what? Are they
We
just
sleep
Doesn't
like-
emit any light though, just saying.
It doesn't emit light, though.
I do have an extra coat if you need one.
Do any of the bodies that we moved have stuff on?
Matt?
Did they?
They
They have cold weather?
did. They were all wearing coats and stuff, acclimatized to these conditions.
Okay, but the
Solution.
Nice ones.
The bodies are all currently on top of the skulls that
yeah,
are
but
flaming.
but they're still on top, so we can still remove like the top
Yeah, but
couple of coats
they
without
might
moving
be
them.
helping to like.
Gingerly, then.
Yeah. Or we can open
Gingerly
up the
with
door and they
precaution.
fly out the fucking door.
Yeah. Gingerly and with precaution, Lavender will quite happily go and see if she can nab some coats off the bodies. Maybe prestidigitation them up a little bit if she can.
If you walk past Nif, you see she's just staring into this rip.
Contemplating everything.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm just staring into it. I'm just like,
It's a lot,
This
right?
is a lot.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
Yeah, I'm a private investigator. I was never signed up for any of this. Like, what is going on, right?
I
But
would
we're-
like to hand
we're gonna
over
do
a
the
set
right
of
thing,
coat to E.
We did feed the dog tonight, right?
Are we...
You say you're giving Eve your coat to you?
A set of coat, yeah.
A what? A separate one?
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get that from?
Just store in the bag with both extra one.
Thinking ahead. Cool. Eve, you now have a winter coat.
I also have a rod of removability if that ever comes up. So yeah, just so you know.
If I steal a coat, can I like cut it in half and make it fit?
You do know that we have a tailor as well, right?
Waiting endpoint. Are you connected? Can you hear everything?
I can hear everything.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Kate can't hear you guys.
Loud in here. Sorry, it was just not connected for some reason. Hello.
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 Hello. You have been gifted a spare coat by Tia. You have a winter coat now.
Thank you, you gorgeous little kobold and evil. They just give Tia a big hug and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was so cold.
Too cold!
So cold, so cold. You have enough clothes yourself, right? You know, you are warm enough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cold-blooded creature after all. I mean, what?
Well, just let me know if you're not cold. If you're too cold, and you can have your coat back. Okay.
No, it's fine. It's extra set of coat.
What time is it, by the way? Like in game?
Give you 1 sec.
Also, Matt, what do I see through this tear since I've been staring into it intently for the past 15 minutes?
You have to stick your head through.
Yeah, it's currently too small to be able to see anything. It just gets redder and whiter till the center, until it's just a white light in the center of it.
Right, okay.
Put your head in. Put your head in.
There's absolutely no downside.
It is currently 5:30 a.m.
So nearly dawn.
Nearly there.
Yeah.
Also, in our very brief exploration of this place, we haven't seen a kitchen, have we? I'm just wondering if we can get a pot so I can get some not freezing cold water to sit in.
I'll put your pot back in my bag, and then.
Well, I'm not sure how long it's gonna take, but we can warm it up a little bit.
We can put it on this bonfire if we want.
It is a wooden barrel.
Oh,
that
never mind.
was my concern. Yeah, that's why I was looking for a pot.
Well, if you put it next to the fire, because that would set it on blaze, obviously, but at least keep it cozy. It shouldn't completely freeze over.
I wonder
hold
how
my fire
many
sword, too.
visitations it would take to warm that thing up. Quite a lot.
Yeah, I will say in -20, being next to a fire will give you a bit more time. You can withstand the temperatures without proper clothing, but it ain't gonna keep the cold away.
Right. So let's literally go to the lich, get what we need, maybe head down a little bit, and then rest in the hut we came into. Long rest there, and then go to the castle? Question mark.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool.
Lavender, you said you were getting those coats. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm still getting coats. So providing we get the coats off them, we're good to stay. We don't have to go anywhere.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Coat, please.
As you open the door, can I have you make 3 dexterity saving throws, please?
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Oh
I did say
no.
gingerly, so
Literally the second a crack appears in that door, this is happening.
Wait, do you want to fill us in before you do what you're about to do? What is happening?
You don't know. You don't get to know.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
metagaming.
How was it? They've been through it, haven't they?
right. Dex saves.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be.
It's not good.
No, don't tell me those bodies have come back to life.
9.
Sorry.
8.
Oh, better.
14.
Oh no.
Okay. Fail, save.
Okay. Oh god.
So you're gonna take 27 points of fire damage.
What?
And
No.
then,
Warm me right up.
Then you're gonna take 31 points of fire damage.
Oh.
This is vital information we should have been told about because we randomly.
Well, we didn't know about it
Then
either.
you are going
Shit.
to take 11 points of fire damage.
Oh.
As
Who's doing what?
You all see Lavender go to get these coats, and after a few moments after talking with Nisira, the quiet in this temple is interrupted by 3 large detonations. Can everyone roll initiative, please?
Oh, fuck.
Hold on.
So
I'm
much
just
for that
seeing-
long rest.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if my
Miss a coat.
back after a short or a long rest, Matt. Hold up.
Shit.
Is it long?
I don't know.
Narrowing up, I couldn't see myself for a second.
Question: is rolling initiative technically rolling an ability check?
It is.
Oh.
So if you have disadvantage on ability checks right now, you have disadvantage on initiative.
That should be standard. Sorry.
That's level 1 exhaustion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What ability check is initiative?
It is an ability check. It's a dexterity ability check.
Dex, okay.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
still
I'm
16.
gonna. Sorry, I was just checking if I
change that
could
back.
use it. Oh, sorry, Ribbit, go on.
Oh, I can change it. Oh no, I can't.
Plus,
So
sorry.
Lavender can redo Misty Escape after a short rest. So in response to taking damage, she's gonna turn invisible and go. Can you just measure me 60 feet? Just
Sure thing.
Is this a reaction? Yeah.
yeah, it sounds.
Yeah, on the first one.
Oh, it's not on the first one. They're happening at the same time.
Oh shit. Okay.
That
It's in
damage
response
is.
to harm. When I take damage, you can
Yeah,
use
yeah.
your reaction.
Yeah, you still do it. I'm just saying all three of them are going
Yeah,
off.
that's fine.
Like,
That's
yeah.
fine. Over there. Yeah, just get me away. Yeah. And I'm not stuck again.
My initiative was 18, by the way.
Fine.
Cool.
Oh no, that's a 7. Oh.
Matt, can I use my reaction to draw my sword or summon my sword? Sorry.
That's not a reaction, so no.
Please.
Oh. What
Yeah,
did you say
Lavender's
was Tefl?
7.
Sorry.
18.
18.
Mine's 16.
Plus 5, and mine was a 7 and an 8.
Cool. That's not good. Is that everyone on the initiative tracker? Can you all see yourselves there?
I'm not on it.
Yeah.
Mine says Chewy, but yeah, I'm
Awesome.
being selected Chewy, but yeah, that's me.
Cool. Lavender, what was yours?
7, wasn't it?
7.
7.
Cool. In that case, you're invisible, right, Lavender?
Yeah.
It's always the doors.
Cool. It's the Flame Skull's turn as they have rejuvenated.
Oh.
They're gonna come out here.
Flame Skulls?
Oh, these fuckers.
Yeah.
They are not going to see Lavender. They are going to see Nissera.
Whoa.
So, I need a drawing tool.
Do you need me to do dex checks, Matt?
No, that's fine.
Where is Nick?
Oh, actually, no. One of them
The
does
south
have
of
a
us.
second fireball. So yes, please.
Okay.
One of them's going to cast fireball at you.
All right. Well, the first one is a 9. And the second one is a.
Why is the 2?
Oh, sorry. 9.
Yeah, just one.
9.
You're good.
9.
Yeah, it's a failure. So that's 34 fire damage.
Sweet.
Oh.
A second one is going to be casting Flaming Sphere. So it's going to put a sphere like next to you, so like there. So that one is another deck save. Cool.
Okay. That's a 7.
Cool. Another deck save, please.
That is a soft 20.
Cool. So that's another 8 points of fire damage and 4 points of fire damage as 2 flaming spheres appear next to you. Any creature ends it. In fact, no, they don't. That is if you end your turn within 5 feet of them. Apologies. But they can move it through. You can't, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're just going to do that. So yeah, same damage. And that's them done.
Sorry, can I grab my 3 familiars?
Yes, you can. Are they on your initiative order? Yeah.
Yeah, I can only control them as an action, so yeah.
Okay, cool. Yes, Daik, you are up.
This platform beyond this door, is this completely collapsed or just the far end?
It has completely collapsed.
Okay, cool. In that case, I will have Dayak move into. I said that, and the ball bearers are still there, or whatever they were, still there. This door's open. Can I chuck my familiar forwards so it doesn't need to use its movement? just yet. Just to get further and, well, nearer to Nithsera.
It'll be an action to do it.
Yeah,
when you
no, that's fine.
can. Cool.
Yeah.
Is it still on the map somewhere?
Yeah, it's where I can't control it.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Can now.
Yay. Do you want me to roll for accuracy? Like, I'm literally just chucking it down the hall.
Just give me a dex check.
Oh. 6.
6. Okay, I'm gonna say you can throw it about 10 feet in front of you.
You know, I'm
That was
exhausted.
awful.
It's yeah, no, it went from 17 to 6.
Yeah.
Okay. And then bonus action tell it to actually 30 feet. I don't need to tell it to use its action because it can't. Do I have bonus actions myself? I don't think I do. Yeah. Let's call it there as I'm trying to catch my breath after running briskly for 30 feet.
Cool. Tia, you're up. Teffel, you're on deck.
I don't think I can see anything. Where was the loud sound from?
From the south.
I'd like to just peek my head through the door. Don't think I see anything.
You see Nasira stood with some flaming magical spheres surrounding her.
I can't see Nifsera.
Okay. Well, you see flaming magical spheres.
Okay, that doesn't sound right. Okay, that doesn't seem correct. Since we are still in combat, I would like to use my. How long has it been? Hour. Okay, I would like to resummon my turret onto my hand for protection. I would like to cast the protection. For 10 temporary hit points, and that'll be my turn. Oh, actually, hang on. I can use my action to dash. Okay, that's my turn.
Cool. Teffel, you're up. Ribbip, you're on deck.
Gosh. Well, I'm gonna charge to where all the kerfuffle sounds like it's coming from.
Q.
I don't see anything.
Just remember that if you go out that door, you are dropping 30 feet.
Oh shit, that's right. Oh.
So big old bad dragonborn like you can handle 30-foot though.
Well, I'll try.
Okay.
Uh,
Can I just have, seeing as you're doing it intentionally, a dex check from you then, please?
oh no. 15.
Cool. You land on your feet, but you do take 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, okay. Well,
We got
okay.
this.
We're gonna save the world, guys.
Yeah, or something. And I'll dash. Ah. That's all that I can do.
Cool. Ribbit, you're up.
Hello. So the explosions, they're coming from the south. Did it sound like it was like the little room or the main room?
The little room of the main. It sounded like it was coming from the main room. Like there was a big echo to it. So yeah, sounded like
So in that
it was
case,
in the main chamber. But you heard it both
yes.
coming from the door next to you and the corridor that you ran through.
Okay. So I think seeing Tefel run out the door as well, he's feeling a very responsible at the moment. He feels like he owes them. So I think he's going to follow them out the door. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. That would help, wouldn't it? Hello. Right, now this is a 30-foot drop, correct?
Stepping out the door is a 30-foot drop because that balcony
Aha.
has collapsed.
So I have a 25-foot vertical leap, so I would argue that I can fall 25 feet without suffering damage, because otherwise how would I jump 25 feet?
So let me elaborate. Rules as written, technically speaking, a level 1 Grung can kill themselves with bludgeoning damage from their racial trait of jumping. I'm not that cruel. However, being able to jump is different to being able to fall. So I'm still going to ask for a dex check, and it might still be bludgeoning damage.
That'll be fine.
Because you are still falling. Like you can choose to jump 25 feet in the air, but I don't know.
No, and to be completely honest with you, I think Ribbit had also, like me, forgotten that this had collapsed. So I think he's run straight out of the door.
Amazing.
So I don't think he's even prepared. What am I trying to do? Dex save or check?
Check. Oh
Damn
well, no. If you're saying that you're running out of the door, not knowing it's there, then yes, save.
Hell yeah!
Okay, cool.
Stunning.
You're still gonna take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, but again, you land on your feet. You're completely fine.
Fabulous. Let me just record that before I forget.
This
Nope.
might be slightly jarring to Chewie because he's heard big explosions and then now it's suddenly raining people.
Nah, he's used. This is just a normal day for Chewie.
You seem weirder. Right, so I've used 5 feet, so I will run another 30 feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I see what's going on?
You can see
Oh,
that.
I see flame skulls.
What that says in front of you are some flame skulls. Also, Josh, you have a brainwave. In future, I will allow you to drop 25 feet like that, but just like it's used in your jumps, it will count as your movement to do it without like damage or saves or anything.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think that.
Then it works.
I can get behind that. Okay, so how far away am I now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. Man, even if I double dash, I can't reach them. Okay, I'm gonna bonus action dash. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing again. Here we go. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll just stop. I'll stop here. And I'm just going to hold my action to basically Mind Blade a skull if one approaches, gets within melee range.
Cool.
And that's me.
Hunter.
I will bonus action, bar step over to here. Oh no, that's Chewie, not me.
Remember that balcony is 30 feet in the air as well, and you're on the ground.
So is that longer than 60 feet then? So it's
Probably, yeah.
yeah, on the ground in front of it'll do.
Cool.
We'll just go here then. And then I will Eldritch Blast these people, all three at this one.
Which one? Sorry.
The front one.
Cool. Yeah, all of them hit. 10, 20, 32. Wow. Very nice. Any effects on those?
Yes, I'll pull it 30 feet this way in hopes to separate it from the others.
Awesome. 5, 10, 30. It's still at. Oh, well, no, because you're at a lower angle. It's probably then about 20 feet in the air now.
As opposed to 30.
Yeah, as opposed
Cool.
to 30, being pulled down towards you. And with those 3 strikes on it, the flame is very dim.
Cool. Yeah. And then Chewy's just gonna.
Chewy's bonus actions control.
Oh, okay. Nothing then.
Cool. Lavender, you're up. Eve, you're on deck. Oh, wait, no. Who's got high decks?
Probably me, I think.
Yeah. The reason.
Eve, you're up. Lavender, you're on deck.
I'm all decks, nothing else. Okay, this is the window here, isn't it? Eve is going to walk over to the window and peek out.
You can't really peek out. It's only a few inches wide.
Then, with the explosions coming from down this corridor here, yeah. Like, I know they said, like,
Pretty much,
outside.
yeah.
She's just going to dash as fast as she can towards that corridor. So I think that's roughly my speed.
Can I have a dex save, please?
Yes.
Because you are currently running over Tia's ball bearings.
Oh, bloody ball bearings. I forgot about those stupid ball bearings.
Yeah,
It's only
about
a DC
that.
of 8.
Yeah, but
I'm all decks, baby. Rolls a nat 1.
Oh god, just give me a
Get
minute.
6.
What's your dex save? It's like
It's
7.
+9.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, just one
Yeah,
moment.
so you can only fail this if you get a nat 1.
And you're a
My dice is not
halfling.
working currently in D&D Beyond.
What?
That's what I normally used to roll.
Hmm?
The dice is currently not working in D&D Beyond.
They
That's
are
what I
for
normally
me.
used to roll.
I think you were having problems there, Dave.
Oh, yeah. No, hang on. I was just being dumb.
That never happens.
Shut up. I've never been dumb in my life.
Oh, marriage.
That is a 16.
Yeah, you're completely fine.
Cool. Right, that's all she can really do for the moment.
Awesome. Lavender, you're up. Sarah, you're on deck.
Can you just tell her what-
Yeah, Frankie's just going to be 1 second. She can't hear anything at the minute.
Cool. You can swap turns if you want.
Oh no, because what I may do what I was planning on doing and what I might do instead may depend on what happens here.
I can hear there might just be an echo. Sorry, I will sort it. So can I argue that with Spell Sniper she can see this one here? Can you just click there?
That's just a ball of fire.
Oh, is that not the
No,
skulls?
these are the skulls here.
Oh,
One
yeah,
here,
easy.
one here,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and one there.
Okay, cool. So she's gonna try to this like sort of like thread starts to appear from Lavender's head, and she's gonna try and psychic glance this one in the middle.
Nice.
I think it's an intelligence saving.
Okay. That's definitely failed. That's a 6.
Yeah. So it is. Can you roll me?
What am I doing?
I'm just. I think it's 4. No, it's more than that. Sorry. I'm just looking for it. There it is. Right. 8d6, please.
Yeah, sure thing. 2.
And it's also incapacitated. No, do it in roll 20. And it's also incapacitated.
I will say if it's 8d6, it has 8 hit points, so it is definitely dead.
Okay, nice.
Even if you roll all ones.
Cool.
Yeah, you psychic lance this thing, and the flame just goes out, and it drops and clatters with a bang to the floor of the temple. Inert once more.
Yeah, in which case she's just gonna sort of duck a little bit behind there and end her turn.
Cool. Nisera, you're up. Thugs on deck.
Okay. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to bonus action fling my sword out here next to me and have it strike this one closest to me.
Yep.
So that is going to be a 26, I think. 987. Sorry, 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And it takes 4. It takes 7 points of slashing damage.
Cool.
And then I am going to Eldritch Blast one at this one and
Cool. At
2.
disadvantage, please.
Yeah, at disadvantage. I was hoping my sword strike was going to kill that one. So the first, I'll just roll 2. So that is a 19 with disadvantage to hit on the first one.
Yep.
That is a 14 to hit with disadvantage on the second one.
That hits.
And that is a 14 again.
That hits.
Okay. So this one here takes 2 points of damage. And then it's 1 point of damage. And then the one behind it takes 4 points of damage.
Awesome. Swinging and a blasting, you have the undivided attention of 2 skulls that look very pissed off. For the sake of this, I'll just control Thog. It's Thog. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Dex check. Oh, crap.
I should have skidded.
Thog falls prone in the ball bearings. I got a natural 1.
Oh, God.
It was going to happen sooner or later. That is very unfortunate.
These ball bearings really be causing some trouble.
How much did you move there? 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, dash 5, 10, 15. Okay, she will use the remainder of her movement to stand back up.
As if nothing ever happened.
That's all she can do. Mordenkainen Teffel, is he just running in the same direction? Eve?
Yeah, well, seeing everyone else slip and sliding in the corridor, he's gonna try to avoid where he thinks they're slipping, but he won't really know. Oh, I can't move the token. But he'll kind of move like over here.
Yep.
I guess he can't see any enemies from there.
Nope.
So he'll use his action to get closer to the action.
Cool. Excellente. Flaming Skull's turn. They're gonna bonus action. Ooh, it's Flaming Sphere concentration.
I think so, yeah.
It is. They need to make con saves. Got about this. So that is 7 points damage for that one. That's a save. Then a 2. That's a save. Then a 1. Ooh, that might not be a save. No, that's still a save. And the other one took 4. That's a save. Cool. Bonus action. Well, their attention is focused on you, Nasira, so they're going to bonus action slam these flaming spheres into you again. 2 dex saves, please.
Aye, Captain. First one is a 5.
That's a fail.
But the
Nice.
second one is a natural 20 for a 22.
Nice. So that is 9 points of fire damage and 5 points of fire damage.
Cool.
For their actions. Oh, they're gonna go magic missile, because why not? Both on you again, because
Aye.
they see you. So that is 2, 5 points of damage from the 2 magic missiles shooting from their faces.
Uh-huh.
And as you are, well, you've kind of thrown the thing, so this one's just going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Still looking at you, but backing away. The other one's staying put.
Okay.
Maybe floating there.
Cool.
Cool. Dick, you're up. Tears on deck.
So the edge of this orange thing is still ball bearings then.
Yeah.
I will go around. A move not seen in decades. And there. Can't see anything. And I don't think my homunculus technically has eyes, so he won't see anything. Well, he has eyes, but can he use them?
I mean, it depends. Is it like a semi-sentient creature?
No, absolutely not.
Then he can only do what you tell him to do. Like, he can see, but, you know.
Yeah, I can tell him to latch onto Nisira. I don't know where Nisira is.
Yeah.
Okay, so could you place the homunculus towards Nisira?
I can, but it's going through 2 flaming spheres to do it.
It can fly up.
How wide are the spheres? Yeah, it can. It can fly over them. 5, 10, 15, 20,
It's got 10 feet left.
25. Yeah. It can just latch onto the Sierra. Cool.
Okay. And then have it use cure wounds
Cool.
for 13 points of healing.
Awesome. Anything else?
No, that's me. Can't see nothing.
Tia, you're up. Teffel, you're on deck.
I would like to shoot through this tiny hole and attack against that one.
Nice. Go for it.
It's not correct. Yep, that is correct. 25 to hit
That hits.
for total of 24 points of damage. Fire
Nice.
damage.
The flame on the skull begins to fade as this. Oh, was that fire damage? Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, sorry. Yeah, 16 point of fire damage and 8 points of force damage.
Okay, cool.
Hang on. Just need to make sure. It might be just fire damage. Firearm. Nope, that will be all fire damage because it will be this type of magic it is. Yep,
Okay,
it might
cool.
be nothing.
Yeah,
then
you strike it square in the forehead and nothing happens.
Okay, I would like to then use bonus action to move a little bit closer and give 7 points of temporary hit points to the people around.
Cool.
And
Right.
then go into hiding.
Dake and Eve, 7 temporary hit points. Teffel, you're up. Rip, you're on deck.
All right, I'm gonna keep running forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And I'm gonna attempt to sliver some mines. Can it make a intelligence saving throw?
Can. That is a 15.
My save is 15.
It's
Oh, damn it. That would have been cool. Well, when all else fails, charge. Oh no, I can't. I used my action. Get ready to charge.
It has been a turn.
Use it to like fuel your anger towards the next turn.
I'm so useful. I'll throw a rock in the general direction and it'll miss.
Cool. Ribbit, you're up. Hunter, you're on deck.
Let's roll a d10. That wasn't great. Okay. Oh, that's still 30 though. Okay, so Ribbit's gonna run 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Can I just confirm flanking rules? If I wanted to flank the skull, do I want to be on the opposite side here?
Yeah.
And that would give me advantage on my melee attack, yeah?
Yeah.
Fabulous. So realizing once again that Ribbit can fucking teleport, Ribbit throws a knife the remaining distance. I'm assuming that's within 30 feet. And yeah, lands behind the skull. Yeah. And I'm gonna stab the skull.
Nice.
How do I stab the skull? Man, I can't wait to have a proper computer again.
This is the problems of dying. The stabby frog forgets how to stabby.
Post-death stabby. Oh, was that an advantage?
It
Or
was-
another one, just in case.
That's not 20.
And that's a sneak attack as well.
Oh god.
We've had this before.
So
You'll
I have
have
a
to
sneak
hear the
attack
words.
button
You'll
now.
have to see it.
Well, we do anyway. Not that.
1 and 2.
That skull goes out and falls to the floor.
Is there a? Can I have like the skull on my blade? Just, oh.
Indeed.
And then the blade disappears, so it does then fall to the floor.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I used all my movement first to get here, so he's just going to stare at the other skull now and say, "You still welcome."
Cool. Hunter, you're up. Eve, you're on deck.
Cool. 3 Eldritch Blasts to the skull that's remaining.
Nice. On. That skull's flame begins to dim as 3 more bolts strike it in the side of the head. Any effect on those?
No, but I'll at the end of my turn I'll bonus action to. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I need to roll a d20. Okay. I'll use the effect of fast step to teleport that way again,
Cool.
and I'll just go back to Chewie.
Cool. Can you roll me a D100, by the way?
Yeah.
Cool. Eve, you're up. Lavender, you're on deck.
This is one of them here, isn't it?
This is what? Sorry.
Is this one of here? Sorry.
No, that is Mordenkainen.
Someone thank God for that.
It's basically an enemy, though.
I believe I can see this one here.
Yep,
In the
definitely
window.
can.
I'm just gonna Hunter's Mark it for a start, then fire on it.
Cool.
That is 20 to hit
That hits.
for not bad. 14 plus. So 18 damage for the first shot. Second shot.
The first shot goes straight through its eye, and it goes clattering across the floor as it goes out.
Woo!
Sick.
And I guess she'll just continue moving then because she can't see anymore. Yeah.
The fight must be over.
As you get around the corner, you see two flaming spheres disappearing and relief on the faces of Nasira, Ribbit, and Lavender. You're out of initiative, guys.
I am not having a good day. Talk about, no good deed goes unpunished, eh? Jeez, I just came for out.
Come here, I'll heal you up. Just stay there for a
Sarah
moment.
fucking bounds over to you and she's like, "Oh my god, are you okay? You took 3 fireballs to the face."
I survived.
I know, I'm a little bit singed.
She sort of like brushes her robes a little bit. They're kind of like on fire.
I don't know, it kind of suits me, no?
There you go.
Gives me a little bit of a rugged look.
So I've cast a level 3 and a level 2 cure wounds on you. You got 26 points back.
And another 21.
Oh, thank you so much. That's
Nith, are you doing okay? Do you need
lie down,
a bit of TLC, or are you doing okay?
I think I'm just done with excitement for one day. I like to curl up with my book and have a nice rest.
I look about as fucked up as when I went up against Linvala, so yeah.
Okay, come here.
Why does it smell like that something is a little bit toasty?
Oh, that's me.
Have 24 points back, Nith.
Thank you.
And
you?
another 14 as
Thank
the
you.
homunculus's gem starts to kind of dim in magic.
Beautiful, thank you.
Can I get each of my ravens, one to fly onto Ribbit's cape, one attaching itself to Daic, if you accept them, and Eve?
You what are these things?
They're
They're
ravens, so I can cast touch spells through them if you need them, like, healings or other things.
Banishment.
I'm
Yeah,
doing
guidance.
okay at the moment, but I do like a good raven.
It's good for guidance as well.
Hello, birdie.
I will say as well, Ribbit, as you go to that door, you see mangled corpses inside, basically frozen solid by the cold, but on a few of them, there are nice wintry coats.
Oh, stop it.
Steal all their coats.
I'll like
These are
clean them
clearly-
up with some precipitation.
It's literally the same
Ribbit
coats.
smells worse. Ribbit smells worse than these corpses. So
Well, ironically, they're frozen, so they don't really smell that bad. They've not had time to decompose.
three
Wait,
birds.
are these the skulls that might eventually come back and kill us again?
I was thinking that.
We could
Put
send
them
them
back
back
in
to
the room.
Vigil, and Vigil could throw them through a portal.
I was gonna say, have we tried smashing them?
You did.
We
They
did, yeah.
seem to be indestructible the
Yeah.
same way that magic items tend to be.
We bury them?
We could put them back in the room and close the door again.
Or what about we could bury them in the wall? Yes, something like that. Take a few ones out, break them up.
Or at least I could send them to someone as a present. And then there's an open box and there's a flaming skull inside.
We could send it to Medium L.
Yes.
I literally could if you wanted.
Yes.
But that would be
Magic
bad.
box. Magic box.
So which room's the Lich in? Is that the one that's north?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I would very much like, if you've got some exploring to do up here, all for it. I would like to go and have a chat with Mr. Lich.
Oh,
A nice one.
100%.
A nice one, but a chat
Yeah.
nonetheless.
Good idea.
Sees Hunter leaving, he's going to follow.
And Missy Step. Because it's been just under a minute, right behind Ribbit. Not Missy Step, Far
Yeah,
Step.
yeah,
And then
it's gonna
punch him in the
go
back of the head.
Nistilla's gonna grab like Lavender by the arm and like help her down the stairs after the
Mhm.
3 fireballs to the face.
I feel a bit better.
Dig, Tia, you coming?
I
Yeah,
think
probably
translated
should.
that's a reluctant yes, but I'm not quite sure.
I could really use that rest we were planning.
Oh, I still have control of Ribbit's token. If you want to take that off.
Shenanigans are afoot.
Thank you. Oh, now I can see where he can see.
It's on my shoulder.
Where are we going? What room? Upstairs.
Through the wall.
Through the wall.
Yeah, we're going up to this room over here to the left.
Oh, okay.
Matt, I've somehow managed to get Nasira magically stuck in the statue. I'm not quite sure what's happened to the token.
Let's reload.
I don't know where I'm going. Oh, there we go.
I would just like to have a little. Have you been through this room on the left?
I think
That's
it's
where
right
he
Lich,
is.
isn't it? Yeah.
That's where he is, yeah.
Oh, through here.
Mm-hmm.
Chibi, stand
Remember-
guard, my guy.
Unless he already knows of her plans, we should try and do this as kind of low-key as possible.
Let's go.
After you.
Oh, thanks, mate.
As you enter this room for the first time, Hunter,
Mhm.
you're met with a grand library that you just walked through, and in here, a very dusty and old, but very well decorated, very full of riches-esque study area, in which you see all of the personal belongings of the Lich that stands in front of you. Very similar looking to a Serac, only with a posture of that of kind of like he gives you very nobleman and scholarly vibes as he turns with what can only account for like a Lich's version of a smile on his face. And says, "Ah, back so soon. I take it you have been enjoying the temple."
I don't think he's ever met me before, so does someone want
He
to?
can see you with the other people. There is other people who have met him in the same room.
I was going to say that's a bit weird. Yes, well, it has been an adventure. How's your day been?
Oh, I got my mind back, so mine's great, thank you.
Goodness me, sounds like an ordeal.
I do not believe you were present for our previous discussion. Have you been busy making deals, filling your boots with all the dark powers you could possibly desire?
Not as of yet, but the day is young. I've not introduced myself yet. I'm Hunter, and I'll attempt to see if it's all right if I walk up to him, shake his hand, whatever. That's cool.
Yeah, he will happily shake your hand.
We
It's very bony and there's not a lot of weight in it, but shakes your hand.
Awesome. Let's quickly just ponder around.
Also, Keith Richards.
Who wanted to ask some questions before Lavender?
Yeah, sorry, I thought you wanted to, so I was letting you lead to.
I'll wait. I'll leave it a bit.
The person who was in here before, What was it you were talking about when we came in?
Ah, yes. Our new overlord. She's a bit more out there than Strahd was, isn't she? I was just telling her about the temple, the possibilities, the powers, the same that I told you, essentially. You don't want to get off on the wrong foot with these kind of people, you know.
Right, I see. So she knows of its contents.
Or yes, we didn't have time to go